Good day, everyone. Today we are going to explore the complete pineapple farming and processing documentary. A pineapple sits quietly on a supermarket shelf. Small, bright, ordinary. Most people grab one without thinking twice. But behind that single fruit is a system moving every second of every day. Across huge farms, workers walk through endless rows under burning heat. Truck after truck leaves the fields before sunrise. Inside giant factories, machines never stop moving. Thousands of pineapples slide across conveyor belts every minute. Some are sliced, some are crushed into juice, some are packed into containers that will cross entire oceans. And all of it must happen fast, very fast, because once a pineapple is picked, time starts running out. This fruit may look simple, but behind it is an industry operating at massive scale. Far from supermarkets, cargo ships carry millions of pineapples across the world. Workers race to sort them before they spoil. Factories stay alive through the night. The system never truly sleeps. Millions of pineapples begin a dangerous journey long before they reach stores. And yet, most people will never see this hidden world. They will never see the pressure, the labor, the speed, the risk behind every single fruit. Sometimes the people feeding the world remain invisible while everyone else keeps walking past them. Maybe stories like this deserve more attention than we give them. And every step must happen with near-perfect timing, because one mistake can destroy entire shipments. One delay can cost millions, and this is only the beginning, because growing pineapples is far more difficult than most people realize. Before a pineapple ever reaches a factory, the land must first survive the pressure. Huge machines tear through empty fields. Workers stand under heavy heat for hours, preparing the soil by hand. Every row must be measured carefully. Every space matters, because one mistake here can affect the harvest months later. A pineapple farm can take years to fully establish. The climate controls everything. Too much rain can destroy the roots. Too little water can stop growth completely. Farmers watch the sky constantly. Some nights bring storms strong enough to wipe out entire sections of land before sunrise. And after all that work, the waiting begins. Pineapples do not grow quickly. They take months, sometimes years. That means every farm is built on patience, risk, and hope. Workers return to the same fields again and again under burning tropical heat. Planting, checking, watering, waiting. Every field depends on precise weather, timing, and labor. From above, the plantations look beautiful. Perfect green lines stretching across the land. But on the ground, the pressure feels different. One dry season, one flood, one failed irrigation system. Everything can collapse. One environmental shift can destroy months of work. And still, the workers keep going, because stopping is not an option. For many families, these farms are survival. Imagine spending years building something, knowing nature could erase it in a single storm. Most people will never think about that while cutting a pineapple at home. But the danger is only beginning. And once the pineapples begin growing, the real battle starts. The fields may look calm from far away, but inside the farms, the fight never stops. Workers walk through the rows early in the morning, checking every plant carefully. One strange color, one damaged leaf, one small insect. That is all it takes. Pineapple farming is a constant fight against nature. Some days, the heat becomes unbearable. The soil dries too fast. The plants begin to weaken. Then the rain comes. Too much rain. Water floods parts of the fields, and mold starts spreading quietly between the rows. Workers move quickly, spraying chemicals, removing infected plants, trying to stop the damage before it spreads further. Because once disease enters the farm, fear spreads with it. Entire harvests can disappear in days. Storm clouds gather over the plantations. Heavy winds hit the fields hard. Mud covers the ground. Some pineapples fall before they are ready. Others rot slowly under the moisture. And still, the workers return the next morning, tired, sweating, hoping something can still be saved. And once disease spreads, stopping it becomes extremely difficult. For many farmers, this is the hardest part, not knowing if months of work will survive another week, not knowing if the next storm will destroy everything. Sometimes people only see the final fruit. They never see the fear behind it, never see the workers standing in flooded fields trying to protect something the world may never appreciate. If people understood where their food truly comes from, maybe they would waste less of it. But even healthy pineapples face another brutal challenge. Harvest day. Before sunrise, the fields are already moving. Workers step into the rows, carrying sharp tools in their hands. The heat has not fully arrived yet, but everyone knows it will. Fast. Every pineapple must be checked carefully. Too early, and the fruit is not ready. Too late, and it may already be spoiling. Every pineapple must be harvested at the perfect moment. The work is exhausting. Workers bend down again and again for hours. Their hands move quickly through sharp pineapple leaves that cut against the skin. Sweat covers their faces. Trucks wait nearby as the harvest keeps growing. No one slows down because the pressure is everywhere. Workers move quickly under brutal tropical heat. One worker slices the fruit free. Another lifts it. Another stacks it into heavy crates. The movement never stops. Some workers barely speak. They are too focused, too tired. And above them, the sun keeps getting hotter. The fields begin to feel endless. But the real danger is time. Once the pineapple leaves the plant, the countdown starts immediately. Every minute matters now. Every delay becomes expensive. Because once the fruit is picked, the countdown begins. Truck after truck leaves the plantation, carrying thousands of pineapples toward factories and sorting centers. The race has already started, and for the workers, there is no easy ending. Tomorrow, they will return and do it all again. Sometimes people enjoy sweet fruit without thinking about the pain behind the harvest, without thinking about the hands that carried it through heat. Most people could not survive for 1 hour, and the next stage moves even faster. The trucks leave the farms fast, one after another, loaded with thousands of pineapples stacked tightly together. Inside every truck, time is already running out. The fruit is fresh now, but not for long. Roads shake the cargo as drivers rush toward sorting centers before the heat becomes too much, because one delay can change everything. At the factories, workers are already waiting. Conveyor belts move nonstop. Machines hum loudly across the building. Thousands of pineapples are inspected every hour. Each fruit is checked carefully. Weight, color, shape, damage. Nothing escapes inspection. Workers move quickly with trained eyes. Some pineapples pass immediately. Others are pulled away without hesitation. Too small, too bruised, too ripe, and not every pineapple survives inspection. The pressure inside the building feels constant. No pauses, no wasted movement, because every minute matters. If trucks arrive late, the fruit begins losing value. If storage temperatures change, entire shipments can spoil before reaching stores. One delay can ruin entire shipments. Some workers barely look up for hours. The line keeps moving. More trucks keep arriving. More fruit keeps coming. The system never slows down. And somewhere in the middle of all this movement, rejected pineapples begin piling up quietly. Fruit that took months to grow. Fruit that workers fought to protect. Now pushed aside in seconds. Imagine spending months growing something, only for it to be rejected in a single moment. Most people will never see that part of the story. But what happens to rejected pineapples reveals a hidden side of the industry. Not every pineapple is chosen for supermarket shelves. Some are too small, Some carry small marks on the skin. Others simply fail the inspection. But their journey does not end there. Instead, another system begins. A much larger one than most people imagine. Millions of pineapples never appear in supermarkets. Inside huge factories, rejected fruit moves through giant machines at incredible speed. Workers dump piles of pineapples onto conveyor belts without stopping. Machines crush them, slice them, separate juice from skin and fiber. The sound never ends. But rejected fruit doesn't simply disappear. Some pineapples become canned fruit. Some turn into juice. Others are processed into animal feed or industrial products. Even the leftover waste is collected and reused. Almost nothing is thrown away. Every piece still has value. The factories operate day and night, trying to keep up with demand. Steam rises from massive machines. Juice pours through giant metal pipes. Workers watch the systems carefully because one problem can stop production instantly. And when that happens, losses grow fast. It enters another massive industrial system. The deeper the process goes, the bigger the industry feels. What started as a simple fruit now looks more like a nonstop machine built around speed, pressure, and survival. Most people drinking pineapple juice will never think about this hidden journey. They will never imagine how many rejected fruits were transformed behind factory walls before reaching their table. Sometimes the things people ignore still carry enormous value. Maybe that is true for people too. And inside the factories, the scale becomes overwhelming. The factory doors open, and suddenly everything moves faster. Conveyor belts stretch across enormous rooms filled with noise, steam, and non-stop motion. Thousands of pineapples arrive every minute. Workers stand beside giant machines, watching carefully as the fruit moves through the system. Thousands of pineapples move through these systems every minute. The peeling machines work with terrifying speed. Sharp blades strip the skin away in seconds. Other machines slice the fruit perfectly before pushing it toward packaging lines. Nothing slows down, not even for a moment, because if one section stops, the entire system feels it. Machines and workers operate in perfect synchronization. Some workers monitor temperatures. Others inspect the slices moving across the belts. Every package must look clean, perfect, safe. Bright yellow pineapple pieces disappear into cans, plastic containers, and juice tanks almost endlessly. The factory feels alive. Metal arms move back and forth. Robotic systems stack boxes automatically. Pineapple juice rushes through giant pipes, while alarms echo quietly in the background. And through all of it, workers remain focused. One mistake here can ruin thousands of products in minutes. If the system stops, losses can become enormous. The pressure inside these buildings never disappears. Not during the day, not at night. The machines keep moving because the world keeps demanding more. More juice, more canned fruit, more shipments, more speed. Most people will never understand how much coordination hides behind one simple can of pineapple. They only see the final product, never the exhaustion behind the process, never the workers standing for hours beside machines that never seem to rest. But processing the fruit is only half the challenge. The journey is far from over. Once the pineapples leave the factories, another massive operation begins. Containers are loaded carefully onto trucks and trains before reaching crowded ports. Every shipment must stay cold. Every route must stay on schedule. Because now, the fruit is racing across the world. Millions of pineapples are moving across oceans right now. Huge cargo ships wait at the docks, carrying thousands of refrigerated containers stacked high above the water. Inside them, pineapples continue traveling day and night through changing weather, rough seas, and long distances. The system depends on precision. One mistake with temperature, one delayed shipment, one damaged container, Everything inside can spoil before arrival. Temperature, timing, and logistics must align perfectly. Across different countries, workers unload shipments quickly before sending them toward supermarkets, restaurants, and food companies. Forklifts move nonstop. Delivery trucks spread across cities before sunrise. The pineapples finally begin reaching the shelves people see every day. Bright, fresh, perfectly arranged. But behind that perfect image is a fragile system balancing millions of moving parts at once. One shipping failure can destroy entire cargo loads. The deeper the journey goes, the more unbelievable the scale becomes. One fruit, thousands of workers, factories, ships, roads, machines, entire industries connected together. And most people never stop long enough to think about it. Never stop to imagine how many hands touched that pineapple before it reached their kitchen. Some workers spend their whole lives inside this system, while the world barely notices they exist. But behind this global system are the workers keeping it alive. Long before sunrise, the workers return again. Some arrive tired, some barely slept, but the fields and factories are already waiting for them. The system cannot stop, not for weather, not for pain, not for exhaustion. Behind every pineapple is human endurance. Many workers spend entire days standing under extreme heat. Others remain inside loud factories for hours, watching machines that never slow down. The work is repetitive, heavy, demanding. But for many families, this job means survival. School fees, food, rent, medicine, everything depends on the next paycheck. For many workers, this industry supports entire families. Some workers have done this for decades. Their hands carry scars from sharp leaves and tools. Their bodies move slower now, but they still return every morning because they have no choice. Inside break rooms, workers sit quietly for a few minutes before the next shift begins. Then they stand up and continue again. Most consumers never think about these moments. They only see clean fruit on a shelf. Most consumers never see the labor hidden behind everyday food. But behind every pineapple is someone carrying pressure the world never notices. Someone working through pain so shipments keep moving. Someone sacrificing time with family to keep food systems alive. If people truly saw the lives behind the products they buy every day, maybe they would respect food differently. Maybe they would respect workers differently too, because without them, none of this exists. No farms, no factories, no exports, no supermarkets. And when you finally see the full system together, the ordinary pineapple no longer feels ordinary.
By the time a pineapple reaches a supermarket shelf, its journey is already incredible. It has survived storms, heat, machines, factories, ships, and thousands of human hands. Now, it sits quietly under bright store lights, as if none of that ever happened. What seems ordinary carries an extraordinary journey. Families place pineapples into shopping carts without knowing how far the fruit has traveled. Children drink pineapple juice without seeing the workers who woke before sunrise to harvest it. Most people never think about the factories still running through the night, or the cargo ships still crossing oceans right now. But the system never truly stops. Somewhere in the world, another pineapple is already being planted. Another worker is already beginning another shift. Another shipment is already moving toward another country. Behind every pineapple is a hidden world of pressure, machinery, labor, and precision. From the farms, to the factories, to the ports, to the shelves, everything connects together in ways most people never see. And maybe that is what makes this story powerful. Not just the fruit itself, but the people behind it, the sacrifice behind it, the hidden world behind something so ordinary. Sometimes we forget how much effort is hiding inside the simple things we touch every day. Maybe that is why stories like this matter. Because the people carrying the world's food systems should not remain invisible forever. And this is only one fruit inside a much larger global food system, because the systems feeding the modern world are even bigger than most people can imagine.